Hello, teachers. I just wanted to share something that I learned recently. This is Moodle lessons. Okay, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you what they are, then how they work, and finally how you can make them yourself if you so desire to, if you want to. Okay. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to bring up a lesson that I've already done. Go to my page real quick here. Scroll down to the lesson. And so this is something similar to what students would see. They won't see all this stuff here because editing would not be on. But they would see lesson on intro to physics. So I'm going to click on that. They see a nice little introduction here. And then I'm going to proceed to question 1. Basically, a lesson is a series of pages, but they're interactive to the student. In other words, how I used it here, they have to read an introduction, or they have to take a look at something, they have to answer a question. And how I have it set up, there's many ways to set it up, but how I have it set up, if they get the question correct, then they can just move right on to the next question. If they get the question wrong, it bumps them to a video that they can take a look at that'll help explain that question to them. Or this one, why I have the video only if they get it wrong, is because this one, it would be like a review lesson. Okay, this would not be a lesson at the start of a unit teaching something. I'm using this one more for review, but this has very powerful potential to be used to teach something as well. All right, so I'm just going to hit proceed to question 1. That's what the student would see. They would read the nice little question, a Lamborghini can accelerate. Now, all of my questions here in this lesson, they are all numeric. You can do a whole bunch of different types of lessons. You could do multiple choice, you can do essay, you can do short answer. Any of those are absolutely fine. I just use numeric, okay? Now, I'm sure you guys can all figure this out in your head, but this answer is actually 9.6. So let's go ahead, let's get this one right, 9.6. Unfortunately, Moodle does not handle units very well in their numeric questions. In their test category, they do. In their lessons, they don't handle units very well. So this one should be 9.6. I'm guessing it would be in miles per hour. Hit submit. Hey, look, we got it right. 9.6 is correct, and we're going to continue. Now, the second question, we're going to go ahead and get wrong. The correct answer is 10. We're just going to put down 1, make sure we get it wrong. I'm going to hit submit. Oh, no, it's incorrect. Continue. And that's going to bump me right to a video on how to figure it out. Basically, it's similar. I don't use the same units or anything like that, the same numbers, but similar. It's something that the student could use to figure out, okay, now this is where I went wrong. They can go back to question 2. That's their only possibility. That's their only option at that point. And then they can figure it out. Yay, it's 10. Submit. Woohoo, we got it right. Okay? And then you can continue on. And so you can just see how I put my lesson together, and my way is not the only way, of course. There are so many different ways to be able to do this. Okay? So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to see if I can end it, and then I'm going to explain just a little bit about how lessons work, how you can put them together. Let's just go back to here. Minimize this. I'm just going to take out paint a second. Okay. Now, when you're making a lesson, there are 2 main different types of pages. There's a page that would be called... That's a little thin. Let's go here. There's a page that would be called content, and there are also question pages. Okay. Now, content can be a number of different things. Content could be just plain text that you put on that content page that the student has to read. You could put a website for that content page that the student has to look at, and that's going to help explain things or figure things out. And you could also embed a video. That's what I decided to do. But you could embed a video in for that content page. We did mention this already, but the question pages, they could be multiple choice. They could be numeric. They can be essay. That one you have to grade yourself, obviously. or they could be a short answer question. Now you can put these in any order that you want, and you can have them jump. You could have a content page to a question page, and then if you get the question wrong, it bumps you back to the content. If you get it right, it'll put you to a different content page. Okay, you could set it up that way. How I set mine up, it kind of went content and then just a whole bunch of questions in a series. But then each time, if you get the question wrong, it kind of bumps you to a different content page that you see. And after the content page, it bumps you back to the question. Same thing. This here would have its own content page, bump you back to the question. Same thing here. And eventually you're going to end the lesson here. Okay, so once again, I mean, this is much better for use for teaching a concept. This here is much better for review or seeing if the student understands what they are taking a look at. My plans, I'm going to change some of my worksheets into this format here. So instead of just doing it on pencil and paper at home, they're going to do it this way. I think the main power with these lessons is it won't let you go on, such as here, it won't let you go on until you get this question right. Now I do have mine set up so you can get into this loop, take a look at the content, go back to the question, take a look at the content, go back to the question. I do have it set up where it goes 4 times there, just so a student doesn't get locked into an infinite spiral of death in here and just can't move on. So if they tried the question 4 times, still can't get it, it just bumps them on anyway, type deal. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at how to make them. And to do that, I'm going to go back to my Moodle site. Ooh, that was loud. All right, so here I'm at my Moodle site. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn editing on. Come on, turn on. Boom. Okay, so let's just do something right here. Add an activity. Lesson is right there. Okay, so we can go ahead and make a lesson. I'm going to hit add. Grab my keyboard here. Let's put this test lesson. All right. Then there's all kinds of different things that you can do. You can put a time limit on how long they have to spend on this, available from, deadline, all that kind of stuff. So if you're going to do this as a homework assignment, you can make it available only for 1 night. Okay. Let's see here. Grade out of 100 is what I usually do. Let's see here. Is this a practice lesson? Custom scoring. Do you allow retakes? How do you handle retakes? Do you average them? Do you take the best one? All that kind of stuff. Display ongoing score. You could have that as well turned on if you want to, if they can see how well they're doing. Flow control. Can the kids go back and try it again? Can they try a question again? How many attempts do they have? This one I had set to 4. Okay. Let me see here. I think that's 4 per question. Progress bar, usually I put that on just so they can see how much of the lesson they have left that they need to do. Let's see here. Dependent on, that's a very important one. This could be very important if you use quizzes or other lessons in your Moodle site. You could have it dependent on any other thing that you put in, kind of deal. You could have it dependent on a previous quiz or a previous test or something like that, okay? And then grade better than percent, I believe that is they would have to get better than a certain percent on a quiz to be able to do this lesson, okay? I'm just going to hit save and display and we'll get into it just a little bit. All right, so what would you like to do first? Once again then, the main 2 things you can do, add a content page or add a question page, okay? I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to hit a content page here. Page title, I'm just going to call it intro. All right. Page contents, let's see here, let's put down I'm sure I spelled that wrong, but rose-breasted grosbeaks are red. Let's go ahead with that. Then this tripped me up for a little bit. Content 1. Content means buttons. What could they click on? Okay, I'm just going to say I want this button to be called question 1. Okay. Moodle auto format is what I usually use. And then jump to, this is going to be an important one. I'm not going to mess with this right now. I'm going to mess with that in just a second, and you're going to see how what I'm going to do there, okay? So they have a content, hey, they can learn something. This right here, content 1, that's a button they could go to, or you could have different places for them to go. You could have them read a poem, and then hit this button if it makes you happy, hit this other button if it makes you sad, anything like that, okay? So I'm going to save page just to continue. Now, we have this right here. Keep in mind that jump to is to this page. So if this kid tries this lesson, they'll just be bumped right back to this question or this page immediately, okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a question page. Now, these are the different types of questions you can do. Essay, oh, I didn't realize that they had matching. Multiple choice, numerical, short answer, and true false. I forgot that they had that as well, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hit a multiple choice. And we're going to add it. So, Mult1, we'll go ahead and call this page Mult1, okay? What Now, if you haven't figured it out yet, I know I'm spelling this wrong, but if you haven't figured it out yet, rose-colored grosbeaks, that's a type of bird. I had one when I was younger that fell out of my a nest at my grandma's yard or whatever. Let's see here, answer 1, I'm going to put down rose, okay? And that's obviously the correct answer. Now, so I'll put response correct, and if they do that one, they're going to get 1 point, okay? Now jump 2 is going to be important again. These jumps are very, very important. I'm just going to put it to the end of the lesson. You would probably, if you're making a big long lesson, you would probably, after this one, you would make it go to another content page, or you could have this one go to another question page, okay? It's going to be a very short lesson right here. So they get 1 point. Answer 2, let's put black. Incorrect. They get 0. Now, if they get it incorrect, I'm going to have them go to the intro page. Remember that page that we made that had intro on there? And they're going to get 0 points for that. I'm just going to have 2 answers here that they can possibly do. Let's hit save page. Now, it's not quite set up. I can see here the intro page, rose-breasted grosbeaks are red. Question 1, jump to this page. I don't want that. I want to change that. So I'm going to go up to here. This guy, little guy right here is preview. This guy is delete that page. This guy is the settings or edit that page. I'm going to go into there. Now that I've made another page, I want to link it with that one. So description question 1 is going to, from the intro page, I want them to go to question 1 or multiple choice 1. So now I got to change that. Save it. Brings me back to this edit here, okay? Rose-breasted grosbeaks are red. Then it's going to take me to content 1. That's the button. It's going to take me to question 1, and it's going to jump to multiple choice 1. Okay. What color are rose-breasted grosbeaks? That's the one question page that we had. Rose is correct. They'll get 1 point if they do that. Jump to end of lesson. Black, if it's incorrect, jump to the intro. They're going to jump back to the previous page. Okay. Now let's go ahead. Let's see if it works. I'm going to hit preview. All right. Intro, rose-breasted grosbeaks are red. Now the student would see a progress bar, but because we can edit it, we're not seeing a progress bar here. Question 1, boom, we go there. What color are rose colored? I should be rose-breasted grosbeaks. Okay, I'm going to put down rose colored, and we're going to hit submit. All right, we are absolutely correct in that one. Boom, and it should say congratulations, the end of lesson reached. Okay, let's see if I can go. I'm going to go to edit, run through one time, and we're going to try and get this one wrong. Go to question 1. I'm going to say they're black. Answer black is incorrect. Those birds are not black. That would be a great question for a raven or a crow. Continue. Boom. Okay. So it took me back to the intro page. Okay. Now I just wanted to show this to you because I'm sure every teacher would use this tool absolutely differently. And I just think it has a whole lot of different potential if you want to use it to teach a new concept. Maybe you want to use it to have kids write down some thoughts on some series of artworks or something like that. I'm using it for worksheets or for review questions, so I'm doing mostly numeric things with it. Yeah, hope this helps. Enjoy. Hopefully, if you want to, you can use this somewhere in your teaching. Have fun. Happy teaching. Have a beautiful day.